So the thing I've missed the most about, being out of the house, aside from actually interacting with other humans, of course, is coffee. I mean, we have coffee here. We make it in the house, pot and things, and that's great. But every once in a while, I like to sort of indulge and, stop by Cutter's Point, which is a local coffee place here in the Pacific Northwest, and grab myself a coffee. And I haven't been doing that. We haven't been to drive-throughs in a very long time. I don't even know if they're still open. I'm looking forward to them opening again someday. I I'm a dirty chai kind of gal. That or a London smog, which is a London fog, but with 2 shots of espresso. Now you're probably wondering why I'm talking about coffee. I mean, I live in the Pacific Northwest and we're all obsessed here, but there's a real reason why I'm talking about coffee today, and that is because we are making coffee solid sugar scrubs. And before I get into the details about how that's all made, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. Now, today we are doing coffee scrubs. They're a solid sugar scrub, and we're doing it for 2 reasons. One, because we are still all, stuck in our house and doing the things, and this is something that you could theoretically do from home. It's relatively easy, and if you've been doing any of the glycerin soaps that I've shown you recently, you probably have some extra glycerin laying around that you can use for the scrub itself. The second reason we're doing solid sugar coffee scrubs today is because you guys are cleaning me out of solid sugar scrubs on the website, and I ran out. And so I'm obsessed with coffee and thought it was a good time to, put the coffee scrubs back into the line to do the thing. So are you ready to see how we make them? Let's go. Okay, so today we are making coffee scrubs, and this is something that is super simple and you can absolutely do from home. So in the upper left-hand corner there, we have the glycerin soap that needs to be melted down. Oh, look at that, magic! And in the upper right Pyrex, we have oil. So we have, in this particular one, apricot seed oil, as well as, about 4 tablespoons of coffee in that guy. And I'm going to mix my coffee and caffeine extract thing going on in there into the glycerin soap itself. And I have also heated up my oils at this stage. It's much easier to incorporate the hot oils into the glycerin soap if both are heated, because glycerin soap doesn't really like to play nicely with too many additives, and we're looking at almost a 50-50 split of the glycerin soap to the oils with this, so it's definitely something that is prone to separate. And so I found that if they are both heated, it makes it a lot easier to mix the two together. Now, the cool thing about this is that, again, it is really very simple. It is a solid sugar scrub. It is something that can exist, in your shower or in your tub, and you can use it as you need to. And it's something that you can absolutely make from home. These are reasonably easy ingredients to source, and if you have done any of the other glycerin soap stuff that we have done on the channel, you probably have some extra glycerin soap hanging out. Now, I'm going to put the sugar into this oil glycerin soap thing and spill it on the counter because I'm a hot mess. And it gets weird at this stage because essentially you are using glycerin soap in a way that glycerin soap is not meant to be used, right? But it's a cool way to make a scrub because you get the cleansing effect from the glycerin soaps, but most importantly you get the hardening and the shower longevity, really. So it's not the right way to use it, but it works. and we're going for like a thick type slushy consistency for the pouring. And in batches like this, you may find that you need to warm it up in the microwave to get it more towards a pourable consistency. And you can do that, just 15-20 second bursts at a time. Give it a stir, you know, try to kind of melt it down a little bit. If you melt it for too long though, again, you're going to be sort of dissolving the sugar and kind of making just a weird soap and not really a sugar scrub at that point, really. But my consistency is good to go, and we are going to pour it into these cute little donut molds. Now the reason I'm using the donut molds and the reason I'm making this at all is because you guys are ordering a ton of scratch and dent sugar scrubs from the website, and I don't have any more in stock, so I'm gonna make some and fill some orders, and these particular orders will be filled with the coffee scrub, which is awesome because, you know, coffee has that extra caffeine boost to the skin, and it smells nice, and it wakes you up. It's very invigorating, and it's a great exfoliant. It's a nice brightener, all those things. And once these are all poured into the molds, we will let these set up. You can pop them in the fridge or the freezer, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't take long for them to set up. And once they are fully hardened, they are ready to use. So this is something that is, you know, very, very quick. You know, it's a 15-20 minute process to make it all, and you can have yourself a solid sugar scrub, you know, ready to go for tonight, really. And that's sweet. We like that. When so many of my products take, you know, 4 weeks to cure up before I can even sell them, it's cool to have ones that can be done sort of immediately. That instant gratification is kind of fun. Now again, these are going to set up for a little bit, and then we will pop them out of the mold, and I will show you what I do with them then. And now on to the reveal. Now with these guys, they have firmed up really nicely. I have put some sugar down to sort of coat the outside of the donuts. One, because it has a cool like sugar donut effect, but really most importantly is the sugar helps sort of soak up the extra oil that may have sort of seeped during the drying stage to make it a bar that doesn't suck to hold. And we don't want anything that sucks to hold. That would suck. So I just sort of rub the sugar into the donuts and let them, you know, do their drying thing and continue doing their thing until they are ready to package and, you know, get shipped out or get put on the shelf or, you know, whatever. And yeah, this is a fun process. It's super duper simple. You should definitely do it because, you know, are you still stuck in your house? Because I'm still stuck in my house, and I would like to not be stuck in my house anymore, but I'm still stuck in my house. So if you're still stuck in your house, you could make the thing and you could do the thing. Or, you know, if you're not into making the things, you can buy the thing from me because I just made more sugar scrubs, so now they're online again, and that's awesome. But yeah, don't they look cute? They're super adorable. I love everything about the solid sugar scrubs. It's cool that they're eco-friendly. We don't have any, you know, waste packaging or anything going on, and they're, you know, they're awesome because you don't have to worry about things like preservatives and stuff when they come in contact with water, which is great. And at this point, I'm just rambling because I needed to get a couple more seconds into the video. And yeah, there it is. It's day 19, the coffee sugar scrubs, which you can make yourself. So there you have it, solid sugar scrub plus coffee. It's pretty awesome. It is a variation on the scrubby. Nope, we're not. It is a variation on the not scrubby that we did, you know, last week or whatever. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love the solid sugar scrubs. I love that you can take them into the shower. I love that you can take them into the bath and you don't have to do the scooping and worry about, you know, any sort of mold or anything growing within your, you know, container. And I also love, speaking of containers, I also love that it is packaging free. So those are all, you know, big wins in my book. And yeah, it's something that's super easy and you can totally do from home. So if you're interested in doing it from home, do the thing. I encourage it. If you're not interested in doing it from home, buy it from me. I also encourage that. You can find the solid sugar scrubs at soapandclay.com in the scratch and dent section because yay, you get sugar scrubs for cheap because that's awesome. And you can find me on all social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, do the thing. And you can also find me here. So, you know, subscribe to the channel, do the things. And thanks so much for hanging out with us again today, guys, for 365 days of soap. See you tomorrow.